Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I don't know if you remember from the whole welcome to my channel video, but I did tell you that I'll be interviewing some Black business owners. And so today we're gonna have an exclusive interview with this super successful guy who owns this shop called VersusATL. Okay. It's like a vintage slash consignment shop. You will see a couple of hypebeast brands. I definitely got my ones from there. Always keep me dripped. Is that what the kids call it? Anyways, he's gonna give us a whole lot of information on what his shop actually sells, how he got into the business, challenges he's faced, and some of his really cool pieces. What I'm telling you, this guy has some really cool stuff in his shop, like you're not gonna believe it. So without further ado, let's go. Hey, so we're here with Leo, one of the owners of VersusATL. If you could give us a quick spiel about what's going on here.
Cool. Hey, what's up, guys? This is Leo, one of the owners here at VersusATL. We're your one-stop shop for all your vintage streetwear and sneaker essentials. When I say one-stop shop, it's pretty much a buy-sell trade store where you can pick up things that are no longer in your everyday retailer or boutique in regards to sneakers or streetwear. When it comes to vintage, it's more of the things that are no longer in existence as early as 2000s all the way to possibly the 60s. And then most importantly, you can always get your cool gear. Here at Versus is super limited. It's always selling out due to our wonderful customers and viewers like yourself.
Yeah. So, could you tell us a little bit about how you got into the vintage and resale situation?
It's a long story. I've always had a passion for like clothing, being different, being fly, standing out. Art is my passion, so I kind of like art and putting things together. Also like fashion. With me, I would say it probably ties back as far as like high school. I remember just being that guy when I got my first job at Mickey D's on Virginia Avenue. And just buying kicks, and everybody would like on Friday night getting ready for the game, everybody's like, yo, where did you get your shoes from? And I would probably just go to my little secret spot and pick my kicks, putting different pieces together, wardrobes together, and it just got more into how could I just take it to the next notch. And then it got so good for me sometimes, even from like high school going up. Some of the guys would be like, yo, are you willing to sell that? And I'll meet them at the locker and be like, bro, just give me like $10 for this like new era hat I had on. Even in college, I remember like the local DJs, one of my boys who's a big DJ in North Carolina, he used to come and like, bro, I see you on campus killing it whenever we at the basketball games or wherever we on the yard. Like, bro, let me buy some of that drip. And I would never tell anybody that I was selling him like all my vintage snapbacks that I probably thrifted or just my kicks that I was just collecting. And it just grew from there. One of the most important pieces to this brand, I was able to connect to one of my business partners. His name is Danny. We're all minorities, so it's three of us, me, Danny, and Sean. Danny would be at these shows and he would be selling similar items. So at the time, like vintage was not the thing. It was more just sneakers at sneaker shows. So we would have like these crazy like displays, like toys, nostalgic pieces, along with our kicks. And like people would come to our tables and like buy everything. And at the end of these shows, we would sit down and just get grub and just chop it up. We are making like some very powerful like, what's the word? We're making some powerful changes that never happened in our city. One particular powerful change, being an African-American male in my city. I'm from Atlanta, so to be able to open up one of the first shops by like Black men and Latino men, like that's a big deal for us, you know, and we take pride in that. So that's and then like I said, it's all bringing the community together. Because like you can get, I don't know, someone who's older from a different race and someone who's younger from a different race, if we want to put the label on it. And bring them under one roof and they just connect over like fashion, whether it be the '96 Olympics or whether it be like some random I Love Lucy sitcom that came on late at night and a kid doesn't even know. So our main goal is to like connect generations through like these timeless fashionable pieces.
So how did you find out about it?
My friends told me about the shop. And I came here a few years ago. I just been coming here ever since.
Okay, you know about how many years you've been coming?
I'm a junior in college right now. I'll probably be coming as freshman.
Okay, so about 3 years now. So what cool things have you found in the shop?
Got a couple hats, a couple hoodies.
Cause he got the heat on the feet.
I actually got these for here.
He got the heat on the feet now.
Okay, all right. If you could rate this shop in like the first day type shops in Atlanta, what would you rate it? 10. Okay, why?
Because I feel like out of all the thrift stores in Atlanta, they say it's the best one.
Oh yeah, I know you're talking about.
Okay.
Marcus. Yeah.
Definitely a 10.
He the one.
You know.
He the one
Okay.
that put me
Have
on
you
before.
found anything like cool
Even that
here,
West
like
Side.
top
Like,
shoes?
hooping,
The short Jordan
he had on
4s.
something.
Okay.
And I was like,
Definitely
bro,
they got the best
because he the only one that dressed like that.
in the
I was
city.
starting to pick it up.
I like
'cause I ain't really dressed
really
like that.
all
I was like,
vintage
where you get it
caps.
from?
I think it would be really great for us to see some of the pieces that you have. So you talked about some of the toys. Can you have anything specifically you want to show us on your display or anything around?
It's like all kind of cool stuff here. I did bring a few pieces.
Okay.
I know, like things that I like. I'm big on like vintage T-shirts. One particular one is this vintage Dr. King tee. It just takes me to a good time. A lot of these tees were printed, even though King died in like the 60s. But a lot of these tees were printed like in the early 90s, like around 92. When you see a lot of like the LA riots, like a lot of like Afro-conscious like tees are being printed up and sold in the inner cities. And I just remember as a kid seeing these things and like the Dr. King, like all over print, the texture is so soft. Every blue moon, you'll see a hole in a t-shirt, but that brings character. It's a story behind it. Someone once owned this shirt and wore this shirt, and like to still have this like over 20 years later in this condition, it's beautiful. I love, like I said, I love Afrocentric tees, but one particular tee that came in the shop one day, or I think I just found this at like some random sale. It's like a South Carolina State versus Southern HBCU tee, but it's at our old Georgia Dome, like from '94, and like the colors on it is like insane, and then you get like different phrases like. Which one is that? Whoop, there it is. Like that was a big song in that era, and like once again, like these are like timeless pieces that just connect like memories and people and things. A lot of things I like that involve my city are like Freaknik tees. So this is like a very crazy shirt, 95 Freaknik tee. A lot of y'all were born because of Freaknik. I don't know what the followers or like older than the year 95 or younger than the year 95, but a lot of the new millennials were born because of the Freaknik. But the Freaknik was pretty much, it was like a celebration of Black college students coming together and congregating, having a good time here in Atlanta. It was pushed out of our city due to like some other things, but it's a piece of history that I remember as a kid, riding around seeing kids who went to historical Black colleges come from everywhere to just congregate to our city.
So you keep using the word timeless.
I do use that word a lot.
You know, it's fine, and that's great, because with things that are timeless, you can't quite put a finger on how much it's valued. So how do you go about pricing?
Usually like it ties into how rare something is. Like you're not gonna find a shirt.
You won't.
I've
looked and like they're all 200 and up.
Yeah, I probably got the biggest collection in the world. Like you're never. I will go ahead to like you're not gonna find it. It's pretty much how rare something is. I like cards. Like people create markets, and within markets, you're willing to pay a particular thing. It goes with shoes. Yesterday were 2 versions of shoes that dropped. It was a UNC with the Jumpman on the logo, and there was a UNC with the Carolina Tar Heel on the logo. The one with the Carolina Tar Heel on the logo ranged, this is sneakers and prices again, from $5,000 to $10,000. Where the one with the Jumpman on the logo, it ranged from $300 to $350. So it's whatever it's market. So how rare something is, what people are willing to pay for something. And at the end of the day, everything to a degree becomes a collectible or collector's item.
So what's your most expensive piece in the store right now?
Oh man, gonna put me on the pressure. There are a lot of things that are pretty expensive, but I'm gonna give you another one. There are two things actually.
Okay.
So you have the Michael Jackson vinyl. Those right now,
wow.
they're on eBay. Some of them going for like $5,000.
5,000?
Yeah, some
That's
of them on
crazy.
eBay. If you look them up, they go for like $5. The old school LA gear with the Michael Jackson collab. We're talking about before Drake's OVO collabs, before Travis Scott's collabs. Like you're looking at the King of Pop's collab with LA gear, which was like a really cool sneaker in that time period. You also have different tees. This particular tee is called the Mosquito Head. This one is another pretty premium expensive t-shirt here in our shop. We have it priced at $1,200. They've sold consistently for $1,200.
Yeah.
I've seen some for $1,500 and some for $800.
Okay.
This is like in living color from 1992. One of your favorite comedians, Jamie Foxx, dressed up as one of the characters during that sitcom. The Mosquito Head brand was a brand that was pretty much pushed, but a lot of their tees were taken out of circulation. So the only tees that are still around are their XL. So you will never find a small or a large or any other ones in circulation. So to have one of those here is pretty much like purchasing art. So it's a piece of art.
And this section is like your non-vintage wear.
Yeah, so when you don't want to get the nostalgia drip, you can come in and pick up Supreme, V-Long, Off-White, Palm Angel, like all the hype stuff that we're pretty much into, Travis Scott merch. And this stuff is typically the new things, like it's not worn. If it is worn, we'll notify you or we'll have it in a bag, sealed up, just letting you know that it's a little bit, it was put through the dry cleaners.
Okay.
But all this stuff is like the new stuff.
Okay, cool.
Sneakers vary. So right now, this is like every day we pick up a bunch of sneakers, and at the end of the day, these sneakers go down. So if we put a time camera on this wall will grow, and by the end of the shift, this wall would come back down. So this is what we ended with yesterday. People are gonna come from all over selling us their shoes, and you can always catch cool kicks on our shoe wall for really affordable, competitive prices. One of my favorite shoes over here right now is the Pine Green one. It's recently released. This is a shoe that I'm claiming is gonna definitely go up in value. Right now we have it on a resale for like $250, which is fair for you walking in the store versus ordering it through like StockX and it comes 2 or 3 weeks later.
Yeah. Okay.
And you know your shoes are thick.
I would think I've been in here a couple times, and he comes in here all the time.
Oh yeah, my boy Kyle. Yes, sir.
It's pretty
Too legit to
healthy
quit.
business. How often do you find yourself having to restock, and is it ever an issue? Do you always have like stuff on hand?
Yeah, so we do have a crazy back stock. We just try to make sure our racks are very shoppable.
Okay.
Everything that's vintage has been cleaned and processed before bringing it into the store to sell. Everything is hand sorted by myself and my business partners. So we're real particular about curate, that's the word, right? On curate. Curate, put that at the bottom. So everything's been curated by ourselves. We have everything it's a very fair price point for vintage.
Yeah.
You can come in here and buy something as low as, in regards to a t-shirt, a vintage shirt for $30, and you can get at an average price point like $50. Which is fair versus just buying something and it doesn't own value to you. So yeah.
Being a Black-owned business, what challenges do you think you face thus far on the business side and maybe even consumer side? Because I have worked for some over time, and I do have I have seen the issue of people coming in and expecting for you to look out for them, or like even if you knew people from around the way, stuff like that. Like, do you run into that, or do people pretty much respect the brand that you built?
Well, I think more than anything, people respect the brand that we built. We put a lot of work in it, a lot of sweat, a lot of labor. I didn't do it by myself. It took a whole community to make Versus what it is. My personal belief, I believe in this. Like, whatever you put focus on, you attract or you get. So I try to I don't really lock in on all the outside things. I'm so laser minded. If that's even a word or phrase. I'm laser minded, where I really don't even pay attention to the distractions.
Thank you so much
Yeah.
for showing us around your shop. It's been great learning and hearing from you and seeing what you got in here. We're gonna get out of your hair because I know you got some people coming in trying to get those shoes.
They here.
They're coming in
He been
now.
here since like 2 o'clock.
Okay, you're good. So I'm gonna do some shopping around to get some stuff for myself and do some shopping around to get some stuff for myself and we're out here. All right, so again, thanks for having us in your space. Is there anything coming up that my viewers should know about?
I guess this month on the 28th, we're having an first official all women's takeover versus ATL pop up. It's gonna be iconic.
Okay.
Like, this whole store will be like reversed,
Okay.
upside down. Stay posted on that. It'll be from 12 to 7.
Okay.
It's good energy.
What was the date on that?
February 28th.
March 28th. It's okay. It's fine. Everything's fine. March 28th.
March 28th.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So March 28th from 1 to 7 p.m. right here, 493 Flat Shows in the heart of East Atlanta versus ATL.
Okay. Cool beans. Well, I'll be there most definitely. I'll bring the camera, show the people what you got going on here. But I'm super excited about what you have going on here, and you know, I'm always gonna come back and keep supporting. So thanks again. For
Thank
this.
you.
Little
Shit to go,
spotlight.
y'all. Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. It's a pleasure. Thank you for always being loyal to Versus.
No
We're
problem.
so excited to have you here in recording.
All right. Well, we're out. I am a proud black woman who will love my black brothers, mother, father, and sisters, and I will not destroy them. Jam was my childhood, so I always appreciate the Looney Tunes. They always have them in here.
Like I literally.
It's got this very much worn. Ooh, on the back too.
Oh yeah.
Black College Reunion 05. You might see me in the street, but that's a song.
It's T.I., baby. It's T.I.
Baby, you gotta edit that out. You can't.